Stray dogs in Castries have been a concern for several members of the public for a long time. One of the main concerns has been the health implications, as several sickly dogs can be seen roaming the city streets. Doris Jolica, founder of the Bruno Project, says the stray population is not increasing as much as she thought it would. However, she says at some point it is bound to occur. She says one of the reasons is the lack of individuals seeing the value in spaying and neutering their pets. Nevertheless, she says that it is not the responsibility of those in the rescue world to curb the stray dog population in the city.
The strays and castries, I don't know who the government would actually hire to remove the dogs, because I've seen people that are hired to remove the dogs actually try and remove the dogs, and they're not very lucky at removing the dogs. But at the same time, like I said, it's not my problem as a dog rescuer, and it's not SLAPS's problem, it's not Help Paws' problem. The government and the community has to fix this problem.
The St. Lucian mongrel was in demand overseas, as Jolica says that there would be a backlog of individuals waiting to adopt them. However, she says since COVID, there have been a boom in dog populations in places such as Canada. This has caused some no-kill shelters to start euthanizing animals. In addition, the CDC in the United States has banned the importation of dogs under 6 months. Jolica says this would have an effect locally as the Bruno Project tries to find homes for local dogs internationally. However, she also says it would be unfair to send dogs to these countries that are already experiencing challenges with their dog populations.
It's just like St. Lucian's here. If they take their dog who they didn't spay or neuter or take care of, ends up getting pregnant, they have puppies, and then they dump them somewhere on the island. That's not fair to your fellow community, like your fellow community member. Why is it their responsibility to have to take care of the dogs that your dog had, that gave birth to?
The DBS News World visited the St. Lucia Animal Protection Society SLAPS, which now houses over 100 rescued dogs. Stories of dogs being thrown out of cars, abandoned for health reasons, dumped puppies and dogs on beaches are just a few of the backstories of the dogs at the shelter. Jolica says that what is needed to support the work that is done by organizations such as the Bruno Project and SLAPS is just volunteers.
Actually, all we need is volunteers. If we had volunteers, we'd be able to get the volunteers to apply for the permits, to import the drugs. They'd be able to organize things more. But there's maybe 12 of us. How does 12 people who are busy doing exports, finding local homes, we're busy feeding strays, how are we supposed to be able to go and organize something like a spay clinic at the same time? We don't have time. We don't have time for this, and we're not paid for this. Why would we do it? Why would we push ourselves beyond our limit if it stresses us and we're not paid for it?
Anyone willing to volunteer their time and service to these organizations can reach out to them at Finding St. Lucia Dogs Homes Abroad on Facebook. They can also send a WhatsApp message to 723-2174. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoute reporting.